Dear friends, I'm glad to welcome you at our 10th standoff. And next to me, as usually, Vladimir Nazarov, the head of the analysis of defense of industrial system of management from Positive Technologies Company. And he's next to me, not in vain, because on one side I have Vladimir, but on the other side I have our standoff sample. We have traditional show trip around these. So what does it consist of? Well, the configuration has not changed this year. On this side, we have airport. This part is related to transport and logistics, heavy logistics company, responsible for air transportation, airport, a railroad station. Yeah, railroad station consists of three independent rings, three independent trains, which are traveling all over this target model under the control of the. And what is the difference between those trains? The trains are different, that they are independent. They all work. Well, there is one road, but different passengers. For example, this blue train that you see, it will arrive to us very soon. And this is a passenger train. It has, it's all lit up. It has people inside of it. It stops at the stops. The lights are going off when it starts, lights going on. And right now it's beautiful, full with people. So when the incident will happen that caused by hackers, there will be an explosion and real small people will be thrown away around the railroads. Another part is related with energy sector, with generation. Then we have substation, transition, energy supply and distribution, where the second train is located. You see, it's loaded with iron and oil products. These are housing blocks, and through these small substations and our counters, you can see how the energy grid works in regular classical energy grid companies. Last time I didn't see that. No, we did have it. We did have it. These lines and how the electricity is being transported to this grid and to the counters it goes there. So in this corner, you will see this. You see this stand with counters, and this is the electrical scheme at the bottom. You see regular counters, which are installed at the bottom. So it receives automatically all the information from this grid, and we have the substation here and there. Well, this is electricity from beginning to end. Then we go to city a little bit and right of the side. I have a question to the city. This year, your city has been used at Phinopolis. Was it that? No, Phinopolis had a twin of it. It's a brother, twin brother. So if one will break, you have another one. Yeah, back up. By the way, in the city, we have this City UK management company. And according to the legend, it's a company which is responsible for utilities. So it controls lights, systems of fueling and conditioning of the houses, and according to the legend, also the attraction park. So I would like to tell you that as for the conditioning, this year we use new SCADA, a Viva Edge, and new controller at the bottom. So it's a specialized controller from Siemens, Siemens Climatic, which is involved in those things. It controls comfortable temperature mode inside of the building. And what can be done with this conditioning system? Well, in bright letters, you see the current temperature in the building, and it constantly keeps the temperature on the same temperature mode. So it does the ventilation, it does the heating, cooling in the building. So air circulation, it goes to the boiler. Therefore, you can see that it's doing the cooling, the temperature went up, and in this range, it keeps it. Well, it's 30 degrees. It's normal. The system cools. The system cools it down. So we can imitate the hacker attack, and we have connected. We finally completed the bank, and right now we're going to show you visually how it's going to look like. So the red one, when hackers will do something, it will start blinking, the buildings will become red, which means it's really hot inside. And how often we might have those situations in real life, or this is a fantasy, your sick fantasy. No, it's not sick fantasy, it's a historical fantasy. Since the first release, it does exist. Well, why? This is an engineering systems, and very often they are attacked. And our colleagues have been even boasting during previous standoffs. The colleagues I've been working with, they said, "Well, we moved to this new office business center, and we went and got connected to their engineering network. We went to the elevators and conditioners. We looked at them and left carefully because we're white hackers. But the main idea is that two more clicks and they could do something. Well, what's bad? Well, the temperature went up. Well, your managers got sweaty in the office. What's the problem about it? It's uncomfortable to work when it's too cold or too hot in the offices. And those modern buildings, it's just concrete and glass. And if you will make it steamer, you will be sitting like in a fridge or like you will just sweat. It's going to be not possible to work. You want? We will do it in our business center. No, please, not in my room. Not in my room. You see, you know that this is not good. Okay, let's move on. What's next? Well, I would like to tell you that we have a small trip, so please select the best piece for the morning. What would you like? Well, gas distribution station in our metal steel mill. That's another industry. Well, this is your favorite one. Well, it has more lamps in it. It's shining, glittering. Well, this is the most complicated out of our inventions. This is has a out of space number of electronics. Something is not working, something is breaking all the time. So right now you see this new part. If you remember, we've every time we opened the building, for example, in the first standoff, all the buildings were closed. Then, in the beginning, we've opened this cross section that we want in this building. Now we show up this building, the history that we had in June after the previous stand-up. Iranian hackers, military hacker team, they have strange names. We didn't have rabbits. Sparrows, military sparrows. So in June of this year, fighting sparrows, they've conducted a successful attack. There was a campaign. They went into three metal steel mills in Iran, and in one of these workshops, in a workshop where the machine of the continuous molding has been installed. Well, the metal is put into casting, and it's always pouring. It's a continuous casting. Today is the first day, so today they're going to take the perimeter. It's going to be on the second, third day. So, short question before I'm going to leave. So, what are your bets for today? What's going to happen today? Well, if 2, 3 companies will get inside of the perimeter and go to SCADAs. So 2, 3 companies should be destroyed, get inside, and go to the internal network.